I do not. Everybody.
What's up, Kyle?
We're back even, huh?
What's up, Kyle? What's up, bro?
How's the road? See, we couldn't get past the light. All right, everybody doing all right? Had a good weekend?
Damn ass up too, huh?
Huh?
Damn ass up too,
Saw
huh?
that. Who remembers what we talked about on Friday?
Right.
Why, you remember it's not that good?
Right.
We talked about the paperless pay stubs and all that. Everybody kind of remember what to do and got the notifications in your box and all that? Good. Proud of you, Dan. So this week we got a couple of topics that kind of deal with some what-if scenarios. All right, so we talk about safety a lot, and obviously, and you know, we really kind of want to start paying attention to the what-ifs, right? A lot of what we talk about is kind of theoretical and deals with you know, doing things in a certain way, and we talk about it because of the what-if scenario. What if something happens? What if there's a person behind us? Or what if the car in front of us stops suddenly, right? So I got a story to share with you that comes from Tampa, Florida, where a garbage truck ended up backing over a woman and killing her. Garbage truck was coming out of an alley. It was a front load truck. They were servicing a can that was in an alley. They're backing out of the alley, and they back over a woman that was walking across the alley on the sidewalk. Okay? So, you know, before we kind of even get into what happened, you know, what do we do backing wise to hopefully avoid things like this? Blow the horn, scan. On the resi side, we have a person in the back, right? Roll side, we don't have that luxury. Anything else? Cover your brake, that's a good one.
Like if you got a lot of pedestrian walking, try to go there at a certain time.
Okay, so that's a good one. That's definitely a good one. What about our trucks? What do our trucks have to hopefully avoid this kind of thing? So we got cameras. Somebody made a backup alarm noise, backup alarms. What else?
Flashing lights.
Flashing lights.
That backup alarm don't mean nothing. They still drive.
What else? We're missing one thing. What else do we have? Mirrors. You said cameras. What about the white lights? The reverse lights?
Yeah.
Right? We all have those on our trucks, right? So, you know, kind of going through the article, the warning alarm, and this is a quote from the article, the warning alarm and right reverse lights on a city garbage truck that backed over and killed a woman on Davis Islands in June were not working when tested after the collision.
That was wasted.
No, it was not. It was a city, whatever city this came from, they do their own garbage. So it was a city truck. But the white alarm, or the warning alarm and the white reverse lights were not working right after the accident when they tested it on the scene. Is that a big issue?
Yeah.
What do we do, or what are we supposed to do if we have one of those two things not working on our truck? Out of service. It's not a write-up. It's an out of service.
You got to write up and put it out of service.
Possibly, right? But you can't move the truck. So when should we be checking for those things? Pre-trip for sure, right? Should we also be checking on the post-trip?
Yeah.
So how do we check them on the pre-trip? We have mirrors on the back of all of our trucks on the pre-trip line, right? Does anybody actually look for those? Do we actually look at those whenever we back up after our brake test? Sometimes. Sometimes we check for them. How do we make it an all the time thing? Just making sure we're aware of it. Okay? The trucks, you know, another thing that we talked about, scanning, right, Martin? You talked about scanning. The truck's backup camera was working during the on-scene test, according to the report. But Mercer, 49, Mercer was the driver, told investigators that he was keeping a closer eye on his side mirror as he reversed out of the narrow alley at 30 Davis Boulevard to avoid hitting the building. He did not realize he had hit someone until he felt the front end of the truck shake slightly, looked out to investigate, and saw Rivers' body. Rivers was the woman that got ran over. So what does that say to you?
We're not standing all this,
He's not scanning, right? He got fixed. We've talked about that before too, right? Where we get fixed on one thing and we end up hitting something else. That seems like exactly what happened here, right? So we got three, possibly more things that went wrong, right? The white alarm, or the white reverse lights weren't working. The alarm wasn't working, and the driver wasn't scanning the way he should have been scanning.
and he
Right.
probably was, his speed probably was going, he probably was going too fast.
Possibly, we don't know that, but it's possibly, it's a possibility, right? But we don't, so none of that was working, right? So again, you know, I think the big thing here, the big takeaway for us is, we gotta make sure our truck's working properly first, right? We gotta make sure that we have our white lights whenever we're in reverse, and we gotta make sure that our alarm's working. So again, where's the best opportunity to do that? Pre-trip, post-trip, right? So we back up in our pre-trips, right? We're supposed to. So what's a good takeaway? Look in the mirrors after our brake test to make sure that our lights are working. It's a good takeaway. All right, let's get it done.